Oh boy, folks, it's that time again. Time to shave with something new and something old. And I got a mystery razor that I don't know. This was a few years ago now. Somebody sent me this, and it's like a extendable, convertible, mix and matchable razor. I hope you can help me find out who sent me this, because it's been a while and I just can't remember. I'll show you that later. But hey, we're going to shave today with some more South African products from my buddy Dr. Ed. That's how I'm going to refer to the kind gentleman who sent me this entire box of South African shaving supplies. The two I'm going to use today are this. So thank you, Dr. Ed. See, I wrote it down so I remember. 4 letters. That's all I need to remember. So we got the Bundu Beard Shaving Soap Beach Bum. This stuff. I remember opening this one. I'm going to live inside this container. It smells so good. It smells like tiki drinks. And, it smells so good. It smells a little bit sweet, a little bit like pineapple, orangey kind of stuff. Like you're at the beach, like you're at a swim-up bar at the beach having a tiki drink. And then the aftershave balm is Shark Dive. So thank you, Dr. Ed. And I also got a message in the comments from the owner-operator of Bundu Beard down there in South Africa. So it's a pleasure to be trying out all these products. Ooh, there you go. There's the aftershave. It's a very hard aftershave, but I'm sure if I work it up a little bit, I can get it on there. And it'll leave a little bit of slickness. Ooh, it's already slippery. I better not drop my razor after this. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to shave with my very old DS Cosmetics Signature Series shaving brush. So many years ago did they send me this. And Ken Surf still has like one every year, twice a year. They kind of sent me a couple and then we kind of fell out. And I don't know. We broke up. Me and DS Cosmetics, I guess. I think they dumped me more than anything. Anyway, so we're going to use that to lather up the Bundu Beard, and we're going to shave with, do you recognize him? That's Grandpa Grungy. I actually cleaned him up a little bit. You see how he's wet? This thing was caked with just soap film, and it was a little bit hard to open. He was kind of getting a little bit struggle, so I cleaned him up just a little. Look how sparkly he is. Look at that. This is my 1960. This is the very first safety razor I've ever owned. A 1960 Fat Boy. I started off well, folks. It's not a 59. I've got some more of those later. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 Fat Boys, including, well, 7, including this one. 6, not including the the replica one. Anyway, we're going to shave with Grandpa Grungy today. And I just grabbed one of these Voskhod blades, one of these, Russian blades. I don't care. I'm just going to use it, okay? I don't care where it comes from. It was just in there. I'm bored with using a feather every single time. I'm going to use that one. All right. Tighten it down. I'm going to use 5. Going on a 5. I used to when I first started shaving with this back in 2010 or 11. Did it on a 7 with a feather blade, but oh well, as I've aged, much like a fine wine, I don't need to show off anymore. My skin is thanking me for it. All right, and we got one shout out. All right, so let's take a shower. No, let's not take a shower. I done took a shower. I done did my hair. I got a haircut, as you can tell. Great clips. I love the ladies that work there, but woof, if I had a more complicated haircut, I would not go there. So I wouldn't recommend it, but I love the ladies. Got a great attitude. Okay, let's lather up. Let's see how this stuff, it smells so good. I remember smelling this and going, that's my favorite. That is my favorite. This is a hard soap, so it's not like a, oh gosh. And the owner said, man, you lathered so quickly. I was like, uh-oh, am I doing it wrong? Because even though I've been doing this for however long, I still consider myself just a normal guy who just happens to use this sort of stuff. Like, not a newbie, but I'm not into counting every single, knot, strand, and hair. And, it's just not me. I have lots of other interests that I'll do that to and totally geek out on, guitars and Beatles stuff and, but not for shaving. Shaving just has become a pleasure, mostly because of this guy right here. Because I bought this safety razor back in 2010 or 11. And here we are now, folks. So let's put the top on. This stuff smells so great. It's the Beach Bum from Bundu Beard. Here's the ingredients, and made in South Africa. There you go. Get on that surfboard. Oh, let me put some hot water on my face. I did already, and like I said, I took a shower, I did my hair. And now it's time to lather up with the Beach Bum. I mean, honestly, through the kindness, generosity, especially of you, Dr. Ed, with all this huge box full of stuff, I never in a million years would have tried shaving soap and aftershaves and body lotions and all this stuff from South Africa. You know, it's just, I really appreciate all of you across the world that watch these. I mean, I know, maybe it's just because I'm old and wide-eyed when it comes to technology still today. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, you know, we have all the technology that we kind of saw. Oh, gotta do that old Geo Fat Boy, and because I just got the haircut, make sure I know where my sideburns are. Anyway, I am still like, and I think in a good way, just excited that I come into this little bathroom here. I get out my shaving supplies. It's a daily ritual. I've got my family, got my job, and then I film them. I put them out there, and then people all around the world happen to stumble across them and see them and contact me. And it's, you know, it's the best of the internet. It's the best of YouTube. And I only have all of you to thank for that, because you know what? I'm going to go up from 5. I think I need a little bit. I'm going to go to 7. We're going to DEF CON 7. Get the president on the horn. We're going to DEF CON 7 just like the old days. Don't press too hard, because I did give myself bad razor burn the first time I shaved with this. I shaved with it in the shower like I used to with my cartridge razor. So go easy. Anyway, it's just exciting. I'm so proud of the people that come onto this channel and talk and leave comments, and almost to a person, they're all positive. And as I said before, I've said this many times, you know how rare that is in the internet land. You could watch any innocent video about anything. It'd be about the cutest kitten in the world, and 10 comments down, they're already screaming at each other about, you think that kitten is... So all this to say is I appreciate you watching. I hope that I can, you know, bring something to your day, even if it's just a voice to listen to in the background. You don't have to watch or shave even, you know, anything. So if I've done something positive, and I know I have, because a lot of people have been very kind to share that with me, that if I've had some positive impact on your life or on your day, or just, like I said, just a voice. You get lonely sometimes, you know, you're by yourself, and I don't know, you know, family life situations are different, and there's stresses and anxiety and depression and, you know, all that stuff that every human being deals with. If you can find just like a soothing, friendly voice, sometimes that's all you need to get through that night, you know? So if I can be that sometimes for someone, I am happy to be that. But anyway, let's do the shout out. It was kind of a 180. Did you ever hear that Casey Kasem outtake where he just got so mad about coming out of a up-tempo song into a death dedication about somebody's dog dying? That's what I felt like right there. Dang it, if you can't come out of an up-tempo record into a death dedication about someone's dog dying. Anyway, seek it out. It's on YouTube. Casey Kasem, he used to do the American Top 40. Every Sunday, you're listening to see what the top 40 most popular radio songs were of the day. And they still do that on Sirius XM. It's kind of cool. They'll play like the top 40 from, you know, that day, like say today, what is this, January 26th. January 26th, you know, 1972. Here's the entire show, and they'll just play the whole show. It's really interesting. They got them all saved. They're all out there, I guess. Okay. This stuff smells so good, by the way. It's a subtle, mild, it's very slick. It's easy to lather. I don't have to take very long to lather it, but if you did set down, really, you can make something extra special with that, above and beyond what it already is. Okay, second pass. Let's do this. And we got a shout out. Jason in Australia. Shout out to you, Jason. I was discussing in my last video that I have that fear of repeating hole patterns. It's not really a fear, it's just that you get grossed out or creeped out by repeating hole patterns. And he put a name to it that I'd forgotten, trypophobia. So if you have something like that, And you've always been like, why am I bothered by those things? There's actually a name for it because it's, I guess, a common thing. I had no idea. When I was a kid, we had these decorative dried plants in our front room. Ooh, I can feel I can feel a little bit of razor burn going on. Ooh, Grungy's mad at me. I haven't used them in a while. All right, we'll go down to 5. You gotta respect the old ones. You gotta respect the old ones. Especially the one that started it all. Here he is. Okay, slow it down. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, Jason in Australia, that's right. So we had these dry plant decoration things, and there was this one plant that looked like a big round thing that didn't have any petals. It almost looked at the center of a giant sunflower, full of holes and then little seeds, or like a little round, like peanut M&M sized seeds inside these holes. And that used to creep me out. And that was the first inkling that I had trypophobia, which I didn't even know was a thing. Now, I'm not a fan of, grabbing hold of something and going, yes, I have that. And so, feel sorry for me. That's not it at all. I'm just letting you know that it's a thing and it's not just you. And honestly, the only other thing that I heard about much later that just, when I think back, just applies to me perfectly. And the fact that I've always been bad at math, always, even in my head, I'm like, I can spell, like my superpower is spelling. I can spot a misspelling 10 miles away. I'm like the super English teacher, grammarian guy, right? But when it comes to math, I always struggle. Now, I can get the concepts. I'm fascinated by some of the stuff that mathematicians do. But when it comes to picturing how math is working in my head, I've always struggled with that. And then a few years ago, somebody said, oh, if you have struggled with that or whatever, they said they called it dyscalculia. Have you heard of that? Like just somebody that has something not quite wired right, so they can't do. Of course, that sounds like an excuse to me too, And that's why I prefaced it by saying, I don't want to just find something and go, yes, that's me. That's why I had the problem. It could just be that I'm not doing the work to understand it, but it just seems right. It feels right. So at least for this thing where there's no other consequences, I'm going to go with, I have dyscalculia because I'm bad at math, folks. And that's okay for me, because in my line of work, I don't have to be very good at math. I just got to know how to talk into a microphone. All right. Oh, I'm getting tired. All this talking. My goodness. So Jason in Australia with trypophobia. Shout out to you and to everyone else, both in Australia and trypophobics. I even thought about pulling up a photo of what I was talking about, but I'm not going to do it. Put a Surgeon General's warning at the beginning of this. Does the Surgeon General still warn people about stuff? Back in the 80s, the Surgeon General was always warning us. It's always a new Surgeon General's warning about something. You guys remember that? Of course you don't. You're watching in Europe or something, or Australia or Ukraine or Russia. I mean, all over the dang globe, folks. All right, here we go. Third pass. Grandpa Grungy usually lets me know. I think he forgave me during that last one because I acknowledged his... I'm just kidding, folks. What I'm trying to say is usually I get pretty nicked up around my neck, and I just got one right now, or maybe two. So let's try to minimize nickage. Go real slow with this last one. Okay. Third pass. Yeah, so Grandpa Grungy here is certainly not my favorite. I mean, sentimental favorite, obviously. Or my best razor. There are, if you're new to this and you're like I was back 12 years ago, and you start researching safety razors and you go into Badger and Blade or whatever forums. I don't even know. I don't go to those places. I used to every now and then, but like I said, the whole shaving thing I just do here. I don't then like seek out stuff. That's for guitars and Beatles and history. So this is not my best razor or my favorite. It's my sentimental favorite, as I said. Let me get back on track. So if you're new to this and you're just hearing about like the 1959 Fat Boy, right? It's the best razor on ever. It's not. It's great. They're cool. Like here's one right here. I got a bunch. Here's Grungy, 60, 59. And they change a little with the, certain, that may not be 59. I think it is. I think I put them in alphabetical order because I am so anal retentive about that kind of stuff. Or numerological, no, what's the word? See? Dyscalculia. I can't even think of a word that describes a number. That's got to be something else. I'm a special case. I'm going to start a YouTube video channel. Anyway, what I'm saying is don't worry about getting a fat boy. They're not all they're cracked up to be. They're cool if you can get one at a decent price, $50. I don't know. I don't have any idea what they're going for anymore. Because, me, Mr. I've got 6 of them. Yeah, of course you don't have to worry anymore. But what I'm saying is don't feel left out. The whole... Now, FOMO. I don't like that. I think it should be FOLO. The fear of... No, FOBLO. The fear of being left out. Does that sound good? I think let's change it to FOBLO. Not Pablo. FOBLO. But shout out to you, Pablo, wherever you are. I'm sure you're watching. And no, I don't mean any specific Pablo. I'm sure there's lots of guys named Pablo watching right now. And Paul. So anyway, don't worry about that. Buy yourself a Rockwell. I get asked like the same questions over and over again. How many times can you use a razor blade? And I do it like 4 or 5 times maybe, depending. And which razors do I recommend? Rockwells. Always Rockwells. Alpha Shaving, if you can get one of theirs. They're very pricey. But I'd say I'd stick with the Rockwell. Get the 6S if you want stainless. I think it's $100, $150. They also have a chrome one. So I would highly recommend that. So use the safety razor blade for maybe 4 to 5 times, depending on what kind of blade it is. And then get yourself a Rockwell. Everything else is up to you. Everything else is up to you. I'm not going to give you any advice on shaving or what my top 10 anything is. Just, watch my videos. Listen to the things I say. You can ask me to review things. I'm probably not going to. Because like I said, I'm not out there finding things. I am so fortunate that people send stuff to me. It's crazy. And I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. For sure. All right. So if you send me an email and I don't respond, it's not because I don't love you. It's just because I'm not in that business, really. Having tons of conversations back and forth about shaving and shaving products. All the information I want to give is right here. So please join me once a week, won't you? Until we wrap up the show at some point in the future. And I ride off into the sunset. All right. Woo! Grandpa Grungy. You did it again. You son of a bee sting, I swear. Good job, man. Grandpa Grungy. Long time ago. I keep, every now and then, I think it's my Facebook page. Yes, I'm an old person still on Facebook. I hate it, but I'm on it, one of those things. And it'll say, on this day, 13 years ago, and I keep, every year it pops up, hey, I just bought this razor. It's a picture of Grandpa Grungy before I ever used it. And I'm asking my Facebook friends if anyone is into safety razor shaving, because it was kind of like the new thing I had just discovered. That friend that just got into something new or read this new book and they got to tell you all about it. And like, okay. I wasn't like that, because I don't like things like that. And that's why I don't talk about this shaving channel I don't just like bring it up unless it's brought up naturally, because I've never liked when people unnaturally bring up topics just so they can talk about themselves. So anyway, but that's just me. That's just how I work. Oh man. Woo! Man, I'm tired. Why am I tired? I don't know. I'm not really tired. I need to go just sit down and relax. I got a sick kid at home, 2nd day in a row. So I'm worried about that. We got a big birthday party weekend coming up. My youngest, it's his birthday, and I'm taking him and 2 of his buddies to America's largest indoor water park. So if you see me up there in the Round Rock area, please, won't you come up and say hi? All right. Back to the Boondoe Beard. Thank you again, Dr. Ed, down there in South Africa, and to the fine folks at Boondoe Beard for making this stuff. I am leaving this in my drawer where I put all the soaps that I use on a regular basis. That's where that's going, because I love the scent. It's just one of those ones. All right. Now, I don't love the scent on this one. And as I'm getting it out of here, it's a little grainy. So I'm not sure about that. Let me just see what it feels like on my hand. It's got a little bit of a grain to it, which I'm not sure about. I'm not sure what that would be. Doesn't smell, it doesn't really have a scent. At least, I'm not sure. It's more like an oil, like I can smell like almost a solid. You see how my hands are slightly, I mean, that's for obvious reasons for this, but the scent, I don't like the scent. I'm not even sure what it is. It's more like a chemical grease, something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. So I'm not gonna use that. I've got a whole box. I just grabbed whatever now. The Beach Bum I knew I love. This one is not for me, but that's okay. It might be for you. Shark Dive. There you go. Oh, I forgot this thing before we sign off. Before we, you know what I'm gonna do? Put some Cremo on here. Yeah, I don't like the scent of that. I put a little bit on my cheeks, and I gotta cover that up. Oh. I tell you what, though. Actually, with this little bit of scent underneath that Cremo makes everything better. Can I tell you, as a Texan and a connoisseur of Mexican food and margaritas, if you're ever in a restaurant anywhere outside of Texas, probably, and you get a real bad frozen margarita, get a side shot of Grand Marnier, which is orange flavored brandy. Pop that in there. Woo! So that's what I was saying. This with a Cremo on top. Cremo is like the Grand Marnier in a margarita that wasn't really up my alley. But there you go. So this one, please tell me, where the heck did this come from? It seems to be precision machined. I don't know if it was from Yates or someone else, but it is. Check this out. So it's like a convertible deal. So it's a razor that you can. So those two parts come unscrewed. This little part comes unscrewed. I don't know, folks. Somebody sent this to me, and I cannot, for the life of me, several years ago. This, God, that was loud. Comes undone. Oh, this, I think this may be Yates Manufacturing. Look at this. Here's the Murica razor, the Sinatra Leonard one that they make. And there's the mystery one. See the bottoms? I think it might be Yates. So Yates, if you're out there, the folks at Yates Precision Manufacturing, let me know what this is and what I should do with it, because you can make the longest razor in the world. Look at this. I'm gonna put this one on the bottom. I think I did this before. I was like messing around with it. Oh gosh, I need to find a way to. How do I get this on here? I made it super long one time. Ah, well, I'll figure it out later. You don't want to see me fiddle around with this thing. Anyway, so if it is you that made that, please let me know what this is, what it was. Is it a prototype? Is it something that was sent out as an idea thing? I'm not sure. So anyway, I'll probably contact him on Instagram or whatever to find out. That's it, folks. And one last little splash of this. Can't hurt. The 45th parallel. Captain's Choice. Oh man, so good. So good. What a good shave. Blade was fine, you know. That Beach Bum is great. Aftershave wasn't for me, but that's all right. That's it. Thanks again, Dr. Ed, and thanks to the folks at Bundu Beard for making this wonderful stuff. And yeah, that's it for now. Grandpa Grungy, I'm going to take the blade out. You can go have a rest. And I'll let him dry out like that. So until next time, folks.